In 1977, a low-budget film about a Brooklyn kid in a white suit exploded into theaters and changed culture overnight. But Saturday Night Fever wasn't just about dancing. Beneath the disco lights lived frustration, pressure, and desperation. The dance floor was escape. The real story behind it is darker. To understand Saturday Night Fever, you have to step back into the America that produced it. This was not a glossy decade of excess. It was a nervous one. Inflation was biting into working-class paychecks. Oil crises had rattled confidence, and blue-collar neighborhoods like Bay Ridge felt boxed in by shrinking opportunity. Young men grew up believing hard work guaranteed progress, only to discover the ladder had missing rungs. That frustration didn't erupt in speeches. It simmered quietly in living rooms and on street corners. Then, Saturday night arrived. Inside 2001 Odyssey, under mirrored lights and pulsing bass, something transformed. The dance floor became an arena where status could be earned instantly. In that charged space, applause replaced promotions, rhythm replaced security, and for a few electric hours, the outside world lost its grip. What looked like celebration was actually survival dressed in polyester and spotlight. Tony Monero isn't introduced as a hero, he's introduced as a contradiction. During the week, he's a paint store clerk, inhaling fumes and routine. On Saturday night, he moves like a man who owns the city. That transformation is the film's most revealing illusion. His confidence is meticulously assembled tight shirts, careful grooming, rehearsed strut. Every gesture declares superiority, yet every glance betrays insecurity. At home, he's another son in a cramped apartment ruled by disappointment. His father's frustration hangs heavy. His mother's devotion feels conditional, and admiration in that household shifts like weather. Tony senses that his future might mirror his father's stagnation, and that fear fuels his hunger for validation. The dance floor offers immediate reward. No interviews, no resumes, just rhythm and reaction. His swagger isn't vanity, it's insulation. Beneath the bravado is a young man desperate not to become invisible. The Monero apartment functions like a pressure chamber, tightening around Tony with every scene. His father's unemployment isn't just financial, it's psychological. Pride erodes quietly, and resentment fills the gaps. His mother clings to religious hierarchy, elevating Tony's brother Frank as proof the family has moral standing. When Frank abandons the priesthood, the pedestal collapses. Suddenly, there is no golden sun, no clear path to admiration. That unraveling destabilizes everyone, especially Tony. If faith can falter and authority can shrink, what foundation remains? The family dynamic reveals how fragile masculine identity becomes when traditional roles crumble. Dinner table arguments carry more weight than any dance competition. The tension inside those walls explains Tony's hunger outside them. On the dance floor, rules are visible and victory is measurable. At home, expectations shift without warning. In that contrast lies the emotional engine that drives every step he takes. Outside the club, Tony's friends orbit him like satellites, feeding off his energy and amplifying his worst impulses. They talk big, act reckless, and treat the streets as a proving ground. Their camaraderie feels solid until you look closely. Beneath the jokes and bravado is fear. Fear of responsibility, fear of commitment, fear of irrelevance. Bobby C's desperation, especially as his life spirals toward the bridge, reveals the fragility of that bond. The laughter fades when reality intrudes. The Verrazano-Narrows bridge scene isn't just tragic, it's clarifying. The illusion of invincibility shatters in a single moment. The group that once felt untouchable suddenly looks small against the skyline. It's a brutal reminder that posturing cannot shield anyone from consequence. The film forces viewers to confront how easily youthful confidence can tip into chaos when no one truly knows where they're headed. Stephanie Mangano enters the story like a beam of distant light. She talks about Manhattan as if it's a promised land, elevated, refined, sophisticated. For Tony, she represents escape, but Stephanie herself is performing a role. Her polished accent and carefully rehearsed ambitions are shields against insecurity. She isn't free yet, she's rehearsing freedom. Their partnership on the dance floor is electric, precisely because both are acting out the versions of themselves they wish were permanent. Yet, when the music fades, reality creeps back in. The gulf between Brooklyn and Manhattan isn't just geographic, it's psychological. Stephanie's ambition forces Tony to confront his own limitations. He begins to sense that dancing well isn't enough. That realization unsettles him more than any rival dancer ever could. She isn't just a romantic interest, she's a mirror reflecting how small his world has become. What makes the film feel so alive is that it was shot where the story lived. Brooklyn wasn't recreated on a backlot, it was endured. Crowds gathered the moment John Travolta stepped onto the sidewalk. Security scrambled. Schedules shifted before sunrise. The unpredictability bled into the atmosphere of the movie. Inside 2001 Odyssey, aluminum foil and Christmas lights transformed an ordinary neighborhood disco into something mythic. The glowing floor wasn't just design, it was elevation. Under those lights, Tony became larger than life. Travolta's training intensified that illusion. He ran miles daily, danced until exhaustion, and insisted that the camera show his entire body so audiences would believe the performance was real. That insistence paid off. The camera doesn't cheat, it witnesses, and what it captures is not just choreography, but a man fighting to be seen from head to toe. Before the Bee Gees entered the equation, the film had rhythm but not destiny. When their songs arrived, Stayin' Alive, Night Fever, How Deep Is Your Love, the movie gained a pulse that transcended the screen. The soundtrack was released before the film, saturating radio stations and shopping malls. By the time audiences sat down in theaters, the music already lived in their bloodstream. That synergy changed Hollywood marketing forever. Disco leapt from subculture to mainstream phenomenon with dizzying speed. White suits multiplied. Dance lessons filled community centers. The fever spread. Yet the very ubiquity that fueled its rise also planted seeds of backlash. When something dominates culture so completely, resistance follows. But in 1977, none of that was visible. What people felt instead was release 3 minutes of beat-driven confidence in a decade that rarely offered it elsewhere. When the glitter settled and disco's dominance waned, Saturday Night Fever remained. Not because of fashion or nostalgia, but because of honesty. The film captured a generation wrestling with stalled opportunity and wounded pride. It showed how performance can become armor, how style can mask uncertainty, and how applause can temporarily silence doubt. For viewers over 50, the film isn't camp, it's memory. It recalls a time when identity felt hard-earned, and Saturday Night offered a brief reprieve from weekday realities. The lesson endures: confidence built solely on spectacle cannot sustain a life. Growth demands more than a spotlight. Tony's final walk toward a tentative new understanding hints at maturity, suggesting that real escape doesn't happen under flashing lights. It begins with self-awareness. And that quiet realization is what keeps the film alive long after the music fades. In the end, Saturday Night Fever was never just about disco, fashion, or even John Travolta's electrifying performance. It was about identity under pressure. It captured what happens when a generation feels cornered, when economic ceilings lower, when family structures tremble, when pride becomes the only currency left to defend. The dance floor in that Brooklyn club wasn't escapism, it was resistance. It was a declaration that even in a shrinking world, dignity could still be claimed, if only for the length of a song. The film's lasting power comes from its honesty. It reminds us that style without substance eventually collapses, that applause cannot replace purpose, and that real growth begins when illusion gives way to self-awareness. Tony's journey hints at something deeper than fame or flair. It suggests that maturity requires stepping off the stage and facing life without a spotlight. That lesson resonates even more today, in a world still wrestling with identity, relevance, and reinvention. If this deep dive brought back memories or helped you see the film in a new light, take a moment to like the video, share it with someone who remembers that era, and subscribe for more stories that explore the hidden layers of classic cinema. The fever may have faded, but the meaning never did.